What's up, everybody? This is your man DJ Square Knot, and we got this dude here. And y'all know I'm from the DJ Information Group because you guys are the members of the DJ Information Group. And this is the members series. And we got this one that he brings the thunder, he brings the lightning, he can bring the rain of music tones. Just sends out the waves, the sun, the heat of music just spreads everywhere, to let y'all know that he can do his thing and at the same time bring that therapy, bring everything to you. And who am I talking about? He can make sure that he can change the environment because it's already been said that he is the movement. He is the music to your movement. So, who am I talking about?
Come on, the number
DJ
one soul
Joe
brother.
Storm from B Mall. What's up?
What's up? What's up, Square Now? What's up, DJ Information Group family?
Uh,
With the deal.
What's up? What's up, man? It's good to talk to you, man.
All day, all day.
Yes, indeed. So I've always wanted to ask a couple questions, but what I want to do first is I just want you to tell me who is DJ Joe Storm.
Okay. Well, DJ Joe Storm is the heartbeat and the pulse of the grown and sexy music. You know, my spirit, mind, and my whole tone is just basically an old soul. Everything I play is classic, and even if it's newer, I try to find something classic in it, because that's what I came up listening to. It's classic music. So I am the music to your movement. That is Joe Storm.
Cool beans. So the music to your movement, in one of your drops,
Okay.
in your drop it says something to the effect of the soul brother. Tell me about that, man.
Well, um, I always felt, like when I play music, it has spirit, it has soul to it. So I was watching an old movie, black exploitation movie, and I heard a little section where the girl said, "He's a sweet soul brother." You know, I really was looking for the number one soul brother because I'm a big fan of Pete Rock and CL Smooth.
Mm.
Number one brother Mecca. That was my thing. But I ain't want to bite what he was doing, so I'm the sweet soul brother. So that's my tag, man. I'm the sweet soul brother, but my music has soul, spirit, and love in it. It has feeling.
Yeah, you know what? I can definitely see that. And just as I spoke to one of your colleagues there in Baltimore, DJ Silent Professor, um, we talked about Baltimore House, and I asked him the question of what does Baltimore House mean to him? And I ask you that same question.
Well, if you're referring to Baltimore Club,
I'm sorry, Baltimore Club, my bus.
it's
Let
all
me
good,
correct
brother.
that. Let me correct that.
It's all good. Um, Basically, Baltimore Club means starting from taking nothing and making it into something. You know, uh, I actually, was around for the beginning of the movement. When guys actually took anything they can find and create some of the first ever club classics. So to me, Baltimore Club means taking nothing and making it into something, creating something out of nothing, basically.
Hmm. So taking nothing and say that one more time now.
What I said taking making something out of nothing.
Making something out of nothing.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, um, at one point in time, guys wanted to hear, house, hard house was the thing at one time. That was a lot of jacking house. So a lot of our stuff derives from some dance breaks, piece of disco, and mainly jacking house. And you come up with club music.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So
Okay. Okay. So how long have you been a DJ?
uh I've been DJing since 1993.
1993. So roughly 17 years? Is that
Yeah, that almost a little bit over, but almost say over half my life, just about.
okay? So in terms of your when you first started out, um what did were you raised in Baltimore?
Yes, born and raised.
Born and raised in Baltimore. Okay. So
Yeah,
you've had heavy influence when it came to Baltimore club from is like you say from its inception. But
yeah,
what
yeah. I actually seen it when it very first really started to kick off.
what attracted you to DJing? Who inspired you to DJ or get into it or what was that moment and or if there was one particular song that you saw somebody play or how they played it that just clicked with you and you was like I want to do that.
Well, the song actually was the song that started was DJ Scotty B. I got the rhythm. I got the rhythm was like the start, but what really started me wanting to DJ was I had a buddy of mine that used to live around the corner from me named Eddie. Uh, at the time, I didn't have any equipment. Eddie had equipment at his house. So what I would do was, like when me and him became friends, he would invite me around, and he told me that I seen a set. He had a set of turntables. Um, it wasn't techniques. One was a direct drive, and one was a belt drive. And he said, check it out. So I started to touch the record and just move back and forth with the record, and I watched him mix. And before you know it, I was really drawn into it. And another thing that really made me say, okay, this is it, was the movie Beat Street. Beat Street was that movie, especially when I forgot the guy name, but older brother, was in there, making early production and just scratching and they doing parties, the classic stuff. That's what really, between those two things, that's what really got me to say, this is what I want to do. And then I love the music. My my sister, they bought records. My brother bought records. Everybody bought records. So when they would play music, I would listen to the music. One time I got a beating from my mother. I ain't gonna say a beating, but yeah, she whipped me because when she came back from a party, I put all the records on the floor
Mm.
while I was listening to the records.
I think all of us have done that at one time and got that
Yeah,
same reaction from our mom and pops at some point.
yeah.
No doubt, man. Um, so you had that inspiration there. You decide, okay, and then he gave you the opportunity to test between the belt drive and the direct drive turntables, the whole deal.
Yeah.
So how soon was it after that you said, you know what, I got to have um, my own setup? And how long ago was that? Shortly after that period of time when you discovered that you wanted to get into it?
Well, it started one day when I came home and I didn't do my homework. And, my mother punished me and said, you can't go around the corner to your friend's house.
Hmm.
And I was young. I want to say I was probably about maybe 9, 8 or 9, something like that. I'm not sure. Yeah, about 9. And I cried the whole time. And then the whole time I was sitting there crying, I got to thinking. I said, hey, man, if I had my own equipment, if I had my own stuff, I wouldn't have to worry about going around to his house and I would be in my own house. So, make a long story short, after that, um, I was too young to have a regular job. So, I tried to figure out ways to make money, in a positive way. So, I cleaned people's house, cut grass. I did whatever I could to make some coins. Because when I talked to my mother about it, she looked at me crazy. She was like, huh? And she was like, how much is this going to cost? I told her what it roughly would cost. And she was like, I might can give you $100, but that's it. Because we was on a tight budget, you know. So we was kind of semi-poor. So after that, I did everything for about, I saved up money from a whole summer and almost a whole winter. And when I finally got the money together, uh, we had a record store uh, in downtown Baltimore. Uh, I can't really. I want to say it was Metro store called Metro Stereo. So I went in there. I seen a set of Linear Tech turntables. Um, the guy wanted about, I forgot, but he wanted a couple hundred. I went. I took all the money. Well, I took most of the money, and I went and bought the turntables. And I worked some more because I ain't have a mixer yet, and I ain't had no needles. So I worked some more, and I finally got enough money together, and I bought me a Stanton Vestax mixer. I bought the mixer. It was a 4-channel mixer, with the transform button on the top. So I got that, and the rest is history. I started making tapes. I had a couple Garcia Vegas boxes around the house. I used to make tapes. Whatever was the hot records on the radio, I was getting those records or going to go save my money. And that rest, that was it. You know, that's what started me on the journey.
So you you get the inspiration, you get a chance to test out some tables, then
Yeah,
get to the point where you're able to build up enough money and everything to eventually get you a set. Then
correct,
all of a sudden you got Joe Henderson, who at some point in his life becomes Joe Storm.
correct.
When does that?
Well, it wasn't Joe Stone yet. I went through about good 1 or 2 names before I got to Joe Stone.
And those names were?
Well, the first name was DJ Ren, Ren, and I was fascinated with the Harlem Renaissance. As a kid, just stories of the Harlem Renaissance. So I took part of the name Ren, and I made it my name. So my first couple of tapes had DJ Ren on it. But, you know, when I took the name Ren, this was around the time. Uh, I forgot what the
It's like
cartoon.
Ren and Ten or MC Ren, like West
Yeah,
Coast
yeah,
MC Ren.
yeah. It was either Remington or it was Ren and Stimpy. It was a lot of my buddies kept making fun of my name, calling me, like either Remington or Ren and Stimpy or whatever the situation. They used to make fun of my name. It was funny. So I kept that name for a while, and then my I had a good friend of mine who was also a DJ. He we were together one day, man, we're talking, and I was mixing. And he was like, "You bring the storm." I was like, "I bring the storm." He was like, "Yeah, Joe, you bring the storm." So I got to thinking, my wheels got to spinning, and that's when he looked at me and he thought the same thing. He said, "Why don't you call yourself Joe Storm?" And that's how the saga of Joe Storm started. But it was much later. I was a little older when I got the name Joe Storm.
Cool beans. So now Joe Storm is out there. Joe Storm is starting to get a little notoriety in Baltimore. I take it, right? Because you were
Yeah.
working in yeah. By this point, you're an adult male. You're an adult DJ, I should say, and you're working in a club.
No, actually, what kicked it off before I started working in a club, I used to work in a record store. I used to
Got
work in a music store in Baltimore called Metro T. And I basically, when I first got the job, I was cleaning up the store, and then finally the guy hired me to actually work there. Sell records. We selling phones, different things. We were selling different electronics and DJ equipment. And then once that happened, people started to come past the store and say, "Well, um, are you can I hire you for my event?" Because at the time, it wasn't really the internet wasn't kicking like it is now. So the main place that people would come to request a DJ was the record store.
hmm
So you say, "Can I hire you for my event?" Or are you available on these dates or whatever? And that's what started that. And then from that, parties, and then different clubs, certain things.
Gotcha. So let's speed past this because I know these DJs are going to be going to sleep. Um,
Yeah.
because Flash over there, his eyes is drooping right. And I know Swerve, if he's not left work, he'll be leaving soon. Miss Official is probably out. We got T Quest in the house. Good to see you, love. So that definitely works. SP is probably going to be going to sleep here soon as well. If he's not already in I-95, is probably sitting back chilling right now. But so Joe Storm, you
Okay.
are you married?
No.
Okay.
Not
All
really.
right. So you're rolling solo. So um you are
Well, actually, I'm gonna give y'all a little bit of information. A lot of people don't know. I have fun. I talk a lot of trash on the information group, things of that nature. But I've been in a happy relationship for about 6 years.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's all right. That's a beautiful thing, man. Nothing like happiness, nothing like being in a stable relationship. That definitely works, bro. Um so that is definitely a plus there. So you we talked about Baltimore Club. We talked about, when you became a DJ. But now, we know your whole Joe Storm life.
Gotcha.
But who is Joe Henderson?
Good question.
Now that we
Basically,
know that you've been in a relationship for 6 years, what else we want to know? What else we need to know about Joe Henderson? Because it ain't Joe
Um,
Storm that's in the relationship. It's Joe Henderson for sure that's in the relationship.
Correct. Um, well, the guy Joseph Henderson basically is a straightforward dude, honest guy, loving person. You know, I love people. I value people. I value friendship. Um, Very giving person. If there's anything I could do for somebody, I would help anybody, whether it was knowledge, whether it was a lending hand, or some of my time. That's me. That's Joseph Henderson. Loyal, um, uh, spiritual, um, funny. I'm fun. Um, just an all around good package. As far as a person. You know, I'm more of like a. I'm out. I have lots of different. I have friends. I'm out different places, but I prefer a lot of times to be home chilling. I prefer to be home chilling, and I prefer to actually be understanding. Studying things. Getting knowledge. Whether it's music or knowledge itself.
I
You
feel you
know,
on that.
so that's Joseph Henderson.
Cool beans. So, um, we know Joe Henderson. We know Joe Storm. Then there's another side of
Okay.
the storm,
All right.
where the storm brings the storm.
Uh-oh.
And that's where things like the rocket in the pocket comes out. That's like, man, screw that.
Word up.
So, what if you had to pick two things from a low level to a high level, um, in terms of what what just mildly get on your nerves to what sets you off? Give me the low spectrum and give me the high spectrum.
Uh, Number one would be a person beating around the bush. That's probably the low spectrum. And it really doesn't bother me that much. You know. But I quickly get away. High spectrum is people that are dishonest. That's like at my top worst. Person that is not honest. Or embellishes the truth. That really messes with me.
So, and you know what? I can truly believe that because in a conversation, I think it's been less than 2 weeks at least, or maybe it's been about 2 weeks now. Um, in the group conversation, and then you came up with a brand, which you came up with a title that is now turning out to be one of the brands that's going to come out of the group, and that brand is
Gangline. Lyin. Lion. Gang lion.
can you and what I need to do is I need to write a definition of what is gangline. Give me that definition.
Well, gangline actually derives from an old saying, and that saying is basically once you start, you can't stop, and you're not gonna remember what you said before. Gangline. That means that you started a trend of lying, but you keep going with another lie and another lie. But at some point, you're gonna get those lies confused, and then that's a gang situation because you lie in groups, not one, not two, not three, not four. It just keeps going. So you gang lion.
Gotcha.
Yep.
So if I had to write a definition, I could say gang lion and put it in like a dictionary format to say um, the act of constant lying. Let me see. Wait a minute. The act where
Yeah. Okay.
you start and cannot stop lying because you always have to cover one lie with another.
Correct.
Got it. Okay, and we'll tweak that a little bit more. I'm quite sure I'll
So
get with you and SP on that and Flash, and we'll
word it a little
work
stronger,
that work that
change the
definition.
words of it. That's fine. I know you good with the words and the sentences, so I'll
Gang
let
line
you
said word. SP said word up. Gang lines, serial lying.
you just killing them, killing the lie.
So now we know that. And the last question I got for you before I turn it over is
Uh,
what makes you happy, man?
um, music, music, and having wonderful, like-minded people around me. That makes me the happiest in the world. If I can have like-minded, it could be men or women, doesn't matter. If we like-minded and we trying to come together on something positive, that's the main thing. And the fact that I'm around people that love music, that brings me joy. Music brings me uh, outside of God Himself. Music brings me the most joy. God brings me the joy first, always. Music brings me the second best. You know, and to me, it runs hand in hand. You know, that's why I say soul. Because when I say soul, I think of God. Because God implanted Him inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the soul.
Mm-hmm.
So I am the sweet soul, brother.
Sweet soul brother. The number one sweet soul brother. So, as I always say, I can of course carry this conversation on forever, but we have DJs on here who have questions
Yeah,
for
they
you as
already
well.
passed out.
So I'm gonna go ahead on and turn it over to the primary admin over here, DJ Rod Flash, and let him kick this thing off.
All
What up,
right,
bro?
Miss. How you doing, Joe Storm?
What's up, my brother Flash? Number one. What's up?
And you, my man.
All day.
But what I want to know, and I'm not being smart,
No, go ahead, brother.
you know, but I could go there. But we just a personal joke. But by you coming up in Baltimore, like you came up in the era when The Wire and you seen all the drugs and all that.
Yeah.
My question is, what kept you from that?
Um, Seeing good friends and family that was either selling drugs or actually getting high. Believe it or not, I had people in my family, that were big time drug addicts. And I knew guys that sold drugs. I got a buddy now, he rolling around in a wheelchair, got shot in the back. He paralyzed, me and him used to play ball together. So seeing those traumatizing things and just growing up, in the tough times and not really having the money, that I should have. When I got a chance to actually buy my own things, that was like the reward. So I would say my surroundings caused everything to be the positive that it is now.
And also another question: can you say music will literally change your life or save your life?
Both. It changed my life and it saved my life because it's been times when songs, I ain't even had to be DJing, just music, certain songs, certain albums. Rapture, Nita Baker, that saved my life a lot, So yes, it's done both. It saved my life and it's changed my life. 100%.
And I say that because we come from the inner city. Like
Yeah,
I had friends that gang bang and everything, but my thing was for not to me being out there was either sports or music. So
yeah,
that's why when I said that, and from Philly to Baltimore, if you in the hood, you in the hood. You done
yeah.
seen
It
it
doesn't
all.
matter. It's all the same.
So that's why I asked you that question.
No, I got you. I got you, brother. You know, that's why when I hear your story, you know, I feel you. You know, shit. I had uncles. Man, I had an uncle that was locked up. He went to jail when I was like probably 5, and I didn't meet him until I was like 21. Feel me?
I
So
get you. I know this feeling. Like
yeah,
I know that firsthand. So I get
yeah.
it.
Cool beans. So, DJ Silent Professor, what's up?
What's going on, Storm?
What's up, my brother?
I don't have a question, man. I just appreciate you being a brother, man, and teaching me about the different stuff. That's all. Salute to you, man.
Man, salute to you, brother. Cause our first encounter was all on you being an open person, man. Outside of that, I've been rocking with you ever since, brother. So I consider you a friend. I know, that's how I look at it.
Appreciate you, boss.
Yep, yep.
Cool beans. So then we got DJ Miss Official. You in the house?
She knocked down.
Papa Rocky.
I ain't knocked out. I've been watching Moesha, Mr. Storm.
Oh yeah, that's the joint right there.
Oh, this one is a good one here.
Oh boy.
So, what question do you have? Because you were told to save this question, so I'm waiting for this one here.
I just want to ask Storm, when he get to Six Flags, does he get mad when he can't get on the rides?
Hey, I get on all the rides, but at least I ain't got a washboard in the back.
Storm know I love him. That's my brother, man.
Yeah, Miss Official, I mess with her, I tease her at times, but it's all love though. I respect any female as DJing. We ain't got a whole bunch of them in the game. We got a lot, but we need more. So, then she my flea sister, so it's all good all day.
Cool.
Gotta be nice to him.
Oh Lord.
So that was the only question you had?
I thought it was a question.
No, yeah, that was really the only question I had for him. I really was. I'm sorry, I wasn't actually paying attention. Moesha is like my Sanford and Son. That's like it for me.
Man, my man Hakeem, I be watching Q and all them. I be tripping.
Yeah, I'm so glad Netflix got it now.
Oh Lord, I watched it before the Netflix had. I was watching on Fire Stick, finding it somewhere. Back to you, Square. Now I'm jumping off this topic.
Yeah.
That's Rick Carter. So, we got DJ I95.
What's up, Storm?
Yeah, that's my brother from another mother.
Yes, my big more brother.
Okay.
First, one question. What was the first album you bought? And why did you buy it?
Oh man, damn, that's a tough question right there. Oh man. Oh man, I'm trying to think of the name of that group. First record that I brought was actually it was a house club record, and I didn't realize that was going to be the beginning. It was called, I forgot the name of the group, but the name of the record was called Day in the Life. A Day in the Life. Matter of fact, it was like a Todd Terry break, it was like dun, 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 dun. That was the first record I remember buying.
Okay. And why did you buy it?
It had an interesting beat to it.
I could be one of those out kids who
It had an interesting beat. And matter of fact, this is like back in the day, you know, I still laugh about what Flash said sometimes. Cats
Yeah.
back in the day when they first started playing them joints, you know, Cats was into hip hop, so they used to call it. They used to say that was that different music. And
Yeah.
that different music. You know, so and then years later, a couple years later, Cats was dancing all over it. It was like, you know, thug dudes, everybody. And
Right.
that was the first record.
All right.
And I purchased my own money.
All right. It's a pleasure, my DJ brother. I'm glad that you know you're a DJ brother in this camp.
Yeah,
We will be seeing each other real soon.
most definitely.
All right.
You already know, man. We already rocking. We gonna make it go even more better when we in person.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's gonna be dope.
Cool beans.
You know, matter of fact, I'm ready to take some numbers to see who gonna go to DJ Con. Me and Swerve is here. We rolling on the dangerous side. Me, Swerve, and Square Knot. We had duct tape around our face. We don't catch nothing.
Ooh-wee. Swerve, I think Swerve's still asleep.
Yeah, he out.
He's out. So, just as in SP, you know, I like to dig into a Flash got
Oh man, Flash, look at him.
DJ Information Group masks. You see that? It got our logo on it.
Got you, Anna.
Yep. So, but yeah, we enjoy talking to you and learning about you, man, and finding out, you know, that you are where you came from, what you're dealing with, you know, how you came up in it, how you two got your ass whooped by your mom for messing up her records.
Oh my God.
I think if there's something that we could say that we all have been through, it's definitely one of those. So that's a beautiful thing. Just that connection alone is fabulous. So
I break my mother, Freddie Jackson records got killed. Love Freddie Jackson, man. Keep sweating. That was the word. That was Deep's ass when she had feelings about them records.
That was it back in the day, man. I tell you, man. So, but again, we enjoy you, man. We love you, man. We're glad you're a part of the crew. You know, you're in this group, man, and you do your thing. You have taken, you know, the Baltimore crew there. You guys have done some amazing things, contributions, you know, especially on this platform. And you have gotten more DJs involved from the area, you know, and you guys too have hosted some really good sets, which has been totally awesome. SP as well. You see, I see him with the thumbs up. He giving you the thumbs up. So it's been truly a blessing to know you guys and to know the contributions that you make to this group. And you know, you guys are, like I say, we know that we can depend on you guys. You guys are dependable. And we don't have to, you know, constantly ask, you know, we can count on you guys, and you guys just contribute, and you guys throw your thoughts out there, and we respect you for that, you know. You know, and then when it comes down to handling business, you guys are about the business. So that's definitely a plus as well. So much love to you. We appreciate you. And we got the infamous, the man that came up at one time. He was DJ Ren. Is that correct? But then all of a sudden, he was sitting there, he was playing one day, and he was bringing the storm from the turntables. There was lightning, there was thunder, there was rain, there was sunshine, all kinds of rays and everything just started coming from the table, and the table started singing themselves and started saying, ah. And from all of that, his homie was like, yo, man, you bringing the storm, yo, you doing it all. and Joe Storm was born. My man. We appreciate you. Thank you for joining. And have a good night, my man. Joe Storm is in the building.
Number
Peace.
one soul brother. You know what it is.
Number one soul brother. The music to your movement.
Damn right.